Now I want to talk about the last type of relationship that we can have in a relational database, not just Postgres, any database, and it's many to many. Now think think about this. Let's say we have a table with the name movie or film, and a table with the name actor. Now let's think what type of relationship would be between a movie and an actor. Question: can a movie have more than one actor? Yes. Also question: can an actor play in more than one movie? Yes. So we can't have a many-to-one relationship because this will not mimic the real world scenario. We will just limit the fact that, for example, an actor can only play in one film, or if we do the other way around, a film can only have one actor, and it's not based on reality. So here we have this relationship many to many. Now if we see here, it sounds a little bit complex, but let's see how would we display this in a database. Now if we think about the relationship that we have taught so far, many to one, one to many, and one to one, let's try to think how would we display this on a database level. If we see here, let's say this is the table film and this is the table actor, we can't properly resolve here these types of relationship. Why is that? Because, for example, let's say that this actor with the name Edward wants to play in more than the film Chamber Italian. He also wants to play in this film. How would we do this? We can have an array, let's say an array, and we haven't discussed arrays, but it's basically a collection of data, and we can have like this, but it's not the way to display in a relational model. This is something that you will display in a non-relational model, but this is not the way. So how would we do this? Now we would resolve this relationship with the help of another table, and it's called a join table. So let's see here. Here we have our table movie or film, and this is just, it has an ID and a first name, and other columns depends on what you want. And notice here that this movie doesn't have any foreign key column, and it doesn't care what types of relationships it has. But here we have also the table actor, and it has also an ID and a title and whatever columns we are going to add. Repeat, the same thing. It doesn't care. It has no relation with this table movie or film. So, but here we have this join table, and as a standard, it will be good for you to name your join tables based on the two tables that you want to join, and or want to set up this type of relationship, many to many. And this table, what will contain? It will contain mandatory these two columns. You can have more than two columns, but it will mandatory contain these two columns, and this is the combination between the first table and the second table, and this combination is unique, and it basically will set up the relationship between them. So for example, let's take this row here. This row here, what we learn from that? We learn that the actor with the ID 1, which is the foreign key column to this table. So okay, this is better. So the actor with the ID 1, which is Edward, will play in the movie with ID 1, which is this one. But let's say that the actor with ID 1, which is Edward, also wants to play in this one. So we'll have here in the second row. So here we have this many-to-many relationship. And the same thing here. The actor with ID 3 basically plays, if we saw here, in two movies. The actor with ID 2, this Nick, plays in all 4 of movies, and the actor with ID 4 only plays in 1 movie. And as we can see here, we are setting up the relationship between actor and movie, and the condition for this table is that this is the foreign key to this primary key, and this is the foreign key to this primary key, and these 2 combinations should be unique. For example, if I want to insert here 1 and 1, Postgres won't allow me because it says, hey, it's already there. So this is how you set up a relationship on a database label in the case of many-to-many. It may be too complex on the beginning, it may be scary, but if you try to think about it, it's pretty logic and it's pretty straightforward. Now, the most scary part would be to query and to join these 2 tables. And don't worry, we'll do this because you will need to have 2 joins. But if we see here in our database, we also have this table actor, and if we want to query it, we can type here. As you can see, we have an actor ID, a first name, a last name, and a last update column. Now let's see also we have a table called film, and I can select only this and type query, and as you can see here we have a movie, and we see here we have no relationship between film and actor, but we also have this table film actor, and as we can see here we are setting up the relationships many-to-many between an actor and the film. And basically, let's say that this actor one is going to play in several movies, which is pretty much a real case scenario. And as you can see here, we also have another column. You are not limited to just 2 columns, but the condition is that these 2 columns should be unique. The combination between them should be unique. For example, I can't add another column that has the number 1 here and then the number 23, because Postgres will give me an error because the column already exists. This is called composite primary key. Let me type here composite primary key, because it's not based on 1 column but on 2, on several. You can have a primary key that is based on only 1 column, but you can also have a primary key that is based on several columns. So these 2 basically will form the primary key. As you can see here, I have this pk between brackets, and this means that these 2 form the primary key, so the combination should be unique. And this is all you need to know about many-to-many. Now in the next video, what we are going to do, we are going to find out, let's type here, find out the name of the actor and see, let's find out the name of the first actor, let's say this one with the primary key 1, and all the movies he is playing. Basically something like a real case scenario. Let's type here to see the name of the first. So this Penelope Guinness, I want to see all the movies that he is playing, and let's also display not just the movies but also his name. So we'll do this in the next video.